have a confession. Back when I was young, the reason why I looked the way I huffed at a certain age. I'm not telling you what I huffed, but I'm still recovering. Um, it was a while back when I was 14. I passed high school more than twice. I went to LaSalle Composite High School. I went to Sudbury Secondary. This is my third year, my third trimester of my equivalency. And I just have to let you know I once huffed. So if I look kind of deteriorated or scenariated, it's because my vitamins, I still have to take vitamins for it to look repellish, but I still have inerients. I don't do drugs anymore. The only drugs that I did have was Sparks. By Sparks, I mean like SZ. I don't smoke marijuana. If you spurt on anything, it's offensive. Inariations of vocabulary and stimulations. I understand the repetitions of variations of languages and all the stereons of a language of a Kurapanakukan, of the concolence and the Scolians and Scolian historians of boxilla lettering, that it's not possible to speak beatbox B's with letters and numbers when words and integers and conversations and abbreviations of things pulse apollinately together. That is a false accusement. It is abbreviations of that being offensive to accuse someone that they would get hurt, their feelings would abbreviate, and inariations, it's up to them to react the way that they do in a situation of accurations, cause of accuse of accusations, is it's mildly offensive for someone to accuse one that can speak letters and numbers at the same time, like beatbox B, like an internet IPP variations of variations of translation of consonants of colonants. So if you hear that modem chip or variations, people can't talk like that. The reason why I sound the way I do, I smoke cigarettes. I am an alcoholic by definition. That is that an alcoholic will drink every day. I will drink maybe once every 2 months of variations of a celebratory drink of a beer or two. Sometimes I call it cancel over the limit. I drink within the limit of the hour of drinking. The variations of social activity, making sure I storefront myself at a certain decent hour of playing guitar, drums, whatever it is that I made variations, is that I can't tell you, but I once played the flute fluently in high school at a certain variations of consonariations of transmitteriations. I'm not going to let you know what school that was because you're going to look me up. And iconogate Larry is that stereo of someone were to impersonate me, even if I were a celebrity, it'd be not a variations, a kinesterian cololidence, is that I'm one to talk for variations of variations. I have the right to smoke cigarettes in the morning and all this other variations. I variate Gary Stary Canaries, the Bolivian is speaking a colon core Frilarian language of Cerebarian lettering of verbal language. So if my mouth is moving with the words going with my lips, it's hard to read lips with the contacts with the language of fluent French inverted language. In a curious stolidly, I do appallantly porpulence English language. Hysteria bossalarily, if in front of seriations, I'm making a confession So that is a variation no that I once huffed at a certain age while attending high school, once completed high school, twice completed high school, ongoing with my equivalency to go to class. I am a variation of saying without iterations, I am older than I am looking. Like a curations of what they would say is a molest, woggler, like what they would say is merit. So if in variations of a color against, my skin looks darkened because I get sun every summer, and for consequently reason, if I start looking complexion of looking more contacts of looking pale, it's because I'm eating regular in a variation egalitarian. It's because I take care of myself that I sell musical instruments such as guitars and curations, that I do it on a store operator of $1 front curations of store operating hours. With that known, of a confession of what I was like before, I used to have like a misbehavior problem, such as what they would say is honestly, obviously of recording explicit content for those of mature audience on gear very standardly of what that context is in the letter, is that with that I am speaking to you, the viewer, only. So in variations of that, I have to be serious in this content, because in the forefront of frontex is that this is no smiling situation of the variation. I know what the merit cost is in curious and Collins, is that I'm always happy, okay? Just today I'm not smiling. So when variation call against is that once in a behavior, I once misbehaved once. In a variation and calling against without discretion, with discretion of explicit content, that I'm more mature, I completed high school more than once or twice of a variation that's called against, or completed high school, I went to forefront languages of conjugansly of that variations was and still is employed. I curiously take care of myself. I curiously know my appearance isn't combusteriently. If variation says in variations my hair in variations of call against without variegating, I know what the situation is. I stay at my place of residence. I don't go out at night. I come home at a decent hour if I collogransly stereotype what is the be polite regulations, if that those with an account on the front page have to message each other that if they're gonna meet to say somewhat of visit or have a conversation or an narration of discuss anything over the matter of the context of a chat, a message, an IM, an narration, message, and a narration of front line, is that we have to be more condolently a variation of communicating better. Those with those variations of those you don't want to be situated with the situation of what is context, you don't have to be there a variation of going to those places or searching for those things if you don't want to be in a situation of conglensly of a variation of this call of situation. A stereotypically call against of call against of a call to the response to back items is the various stallently a call against stillently. I have once for immerse stereotypically had seen things on steeringly is that if theorizing of your contact is that if you don't want to meet people with discretion or talk to people in a mature environment of stiberiantly collegrants, don't look for them, don't socialize with them, don't mercilessly sterilely talk to them, don't respond to them, don't coherently exerent. I'm virulently coherent in the definition of what they say obmuriently colorants is solar stereotypically of variations to the reverse line to the back line is what they would say is invariantly a corrigance is to the merit is to the message back to the message me. Stereotypically a corrigance is that it is to the back of the situation of stereotypic colorants of a polypone post to someone who is the viewer of my confession is that I once huffed, but I'm not telling you what I huffed. I don't invariantly on elite content. I don't colorgrantsly. I'm 25 years age to have a cigarette. I'm old enough. My body is mature to stereotypically to colorgrants on a holeric or colorgrantsly if they would colorgrantsly corriglance of what they would say to the glass wine, to the back line, to the message me. Virulently the front line to the message me, to the back to me. I'm colorgrantsly saying is that I'm merely to the message line to the backtrack. Colorgrants codalins. Colorgrants of calling against is that I may seem like my eyes are darkened, but that is merely merit. So arrogantly I have 4 colorgrants of to the account of information of being background in colorgrants of solarants that I am to be acclaimed Ross Gloomer Trudeau called Golligans is that invariantly to the frog leap. In Kurligans of an account of Sierran 1344 to Gary Gantley of Melody Drum Cover to Collar Golligans of the webcam colorgrants to the situation back to the line. I line to the my message back home at the place of my parents. Colorgrants, I'm not confessing to you who my parents are or colorgrants or discussing who my family members are. I am a single child that have polygrants of birth, of colorgrants, of people of polygrants, is that virulently frontal is that I'm also at apparently polyrange at the first contact of the myriadsly of the first contentment of colorgrants of Soliberian of the first Instagram of the frontline page of the polygons. I am to be telling you of Scott William Tate, a bar enemy identification code called the Golligans called Stalin is that it's elements of 2 variation code of a lettering and a box language that is a polyprance of a variation modem line phone to text me to the phone line to text me to back phone. To me, I am not entertaining to you. This is my merit video to variantly to the self-defense. To my action is to call me back again. I again to the back line. The solid brand colorants is that I am not too complicatedly to discuss any of the color grants of to my discipline again, or to anyone's discipline, or to be in parallels to the gym, or to for polyblends to the frontier line. A color against correlately, I'm confessing that my friends are on my contact list. A variation of anything of more for collegical is that I don't have to discuss to anyone, to my back viewers, back again to you, a collegrants, to address you, to back again to you, to me, to back again, I again, me. I know to my line, to my promise, backlands to me. I know what it is to being in coherently, of being coherent, of currently, of knowing to my acknowledgement. I do have a mouth problem of moving my lips, using the letters to speak the language, my English language, to my French inverted fluently speaking language with my tongue. Exteriorly colorgrants is that I'm so polygrantly causing this video to only 18 minutes or 1 second. So apparently, to my fence back, to my defense again, to you, I apologize for any aberrantly narrations of call.